Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, July 17th, 2015, with another eBay video loaded with important information that I hope you guys will find useful. Today we're going to discuss the following items and more. The new transaction defects console. We're going to discuss Firefox problems, guest accounts, old listings. We're also going to discuss problems with returns that some of us have seen and have written to me about, and a bunch of other eBay news, all of which I think is very important. So let's get started. First of all, guys, I've read all your comments from last week's video. Everything was great and on topic. I hope you enjoyed the New York City video I put out over a week ago, the one about the high bridge. I did film another one. I'm going to do a slideshow about Central Park. I did that. I filmed it last week, but I haven't gotten around to uploading it yet. I'm running behind. And I do plan to go out this weekend. Something else on the plate, and I hope you enjoy that. But getting right into eBay news. First of all, eBay has a new transaction defects console. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it yet. In case you haven't, you want to check it out, just go on to your My eBay. On the right side, your seller dashboard. You click that, view seller dashboard. Then your transaction defects will come up as usual. Then you'd click on view report and you'd see the new transaction defects. Once you do that, I would like your opinion, one way or the other, on what you think of this new report, pro or con. eBay's new revenue reports are out, and they are up 16% for the second quarter to $2.26 billion. PayPal's reports are out as well, and their active accounts are up 11%. So both these companies are doing pretty well, it seems to me. A few people have written to me this week about a problem they're encountering on eBay. And it's really not an eBay problem, because I experienced the same thing, and I touched on it last week with not being able to contact seller and write to them. It is a Firefox problem. How many of you guys use Firefox when going on eBay? On my Mac, I have both Safari and Firefox. Safari, I find, is a much better way to go on eBay. With Firefox, a lot of you guys have experienced problems. I myself, as I said, can contact sellers. Some of you guys wrote in and said that you can't even view your own listings, that they appear to be blank, or you get error messages saying the listing number has been removed or is not available. While I myself have also noticed that when I'm selling an item and I click on sell similar, I will get an error message that says feature unavailable. That is another Firefox problem. Again, I only noticed these with Firefox. If any of you guys would like to jump in and tell me your experiences, please do. I've had a number of people ask me, what is a guest account and how do you spot one? Well, that's really easy. If you look at the whiteboard behind me, you will see I have typed up there, right about where the pen is, right there, right under the word guest accounts, a sample guest account. In this case, I typed abcde.us.hg3f0nobty. If you get a person with zero feedback that buys or bids on your item and has one of those wacky looking IDs, that is a sure sign of an eBay guest account. Now, what is a guest account? Many times people will do a Google search for a particular item, in my case a hub, and they will be drawn to an eBay auction. So let's say somebody types in 86 Caprice hubcap. My listing comes up, they view it and they like it, and they want to buy the hubcap, but they don't have an eBay account. They can sign on as an eBay guest not register for eBay and buy it immediately that way. Now, one of the concerns about this kind of thing is address validation. I've had quite a few people write in saying people bought your stuff and the address was either wrong or incomplete. And I agree with you, 100%. I've had this happen too, where the buyer's name is John L. How can you register for an account with a buyer name like John L. or Pete S? You know, they need to really tighten up on the account validation aspect. I'm not saying there's a problem per se with the eBay guest accounts, because I've never had a problem, but it's something that should be looked at. Does anybody want to guess what I'm drinking here? And I'll give you a hint. It's not Gatorade. First person that correctly identifies what I'm drinking will get a shout out in next week's video. First person to comment. And one guess per customer, okay? Let me show it to you again. Okay? Oh, and by the way, you may notice it's a rare sunny day. Yes, it is rare and it's sunny. It's about 67 degrees, and I'll take it. I don't care what the temperature is as long as it's sunny. But continuing on with the guest accounts. When I went to eBay Radio in Vegas a few weeks ago, they had guys from eBay Trust and Safety there. So I was able to do a sit down with these guys one-on-one and talk to them. I didn't go there to talk about eBay guest accounts. I had something else I wanted to talk to them about, which they were very interested in. We'll save that for another time. But I did bring up eBay guest accounts. And the representative said to me, he said, Joe, the reason why eBay allows guest accounts is because they want to bring a lot more new members onto the platform. They feel that if they let someone sign on as a guest account, the person buys an item, and it works out well, that they will become a loyal eBay member. That's their way of thinking. Basically, they want new traffic onto the site. I myself love the idea of new traffic. I have no problem with it. And I'm going to tell you something. I think I must have had at least, you're going to laugh, 10 purchases from guest accounts this week alone. I get a ton of eBay guest accounts purchasing from me. And the reason is simple. They Google an item they're looking for. They find my item on eBay and they buy it. They just don't want to be bothered registering with eBay. Now personally, I don't care if they register or not. As long as they have secure address validation, I'll take all the guest accounts that want to come to me. I have no problem with them. Speaking about Google search, some time ago I told you I was starting a little test to charge shipping fees on some items, but not all of them, a small percentage. I want to talk to you about that and tell you another little idea I've come up with. I have about 1,100 items listed on eBay. And out of the 1,100, I think probably 1,000 of the items are free shipping, and maybe 100 or less I'm charging shipping for. I didn't pick the items out one by one and decide. I just chose a random screen and I clicked on that they had to pay for shipping. And for the price of the shipping, I only charge like between $1 and at most $5, just to see as an experiment if it would help me in search. With the items that are $1 or $2 shipping fees, those are for small center caps that would only cost me about $5 or $6 to ship. The idea is not to really nail the person on shipping. The idea is to charge a nominal amount so you get put into search by Google, because Google favors items in which there is a shipping fee stated, whereas eBay favors free shipping. So I wanted to see really whose search engine had bigger muscles. And guys, I got to tell you, at this point in time, I really feel Google search has bigger muscles. So what I started to do now, just to reinforce the test, even though it seems pretty conclusive, I'm not 100% sure, what I've decided to do is I am going through all my old listings things that have been on eBay for a long time. You know the ones where eBay has a little purple dot next to them and says, this item has not received any sales in the last 12 months. We suggest you relist it or retool it. So what I'm doing is I'm ending all of them. I'm ending them. Bang, bang, bang. As many as I can at a time. Then, over the next few days, I'm clicking on Sell Similar. Not relist. I'm clicking on Sell Similar. I'm changing the description. I'm updating it. I'm adding item specifics where necessary, because a lot of them have item specifics that need to be added, such as, you know, like a manufacturer's part number or a brand. Those are very important to add. And in some cases, I'm retooling the pictures, adding new ones, and I'm charging for shipping on all these items. Now keep in mind, these are dog items. The worst of the worst. I mean, if someone buys it, if they want to offer me less money for it, just take it off my hands and be done. I don't care. But the things have not been selling. So, as I said, I am going to try and charge a nominal shipping of between $1 and $5 for these items. And if any of these items sell, guys, we know it then. Then it's a given. Then it's a given that Google search is in super love with items that have a fixed shipping fee labeled, whether it's $1, $2, $20. And I'm going to have to rethink all my other listings. But I won't be able to comment on that for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Let's give it some time, okay? Keep in mind, these are dog items that I couldn't sell any other way. And if adding a few dollars shipping is going to sell these items, well, then that's what's going to happen. Now, another thing I want to talk about, on the whiteboard behind me, you'll see CFS. Those are initials. Okay, I want to talk about this. This is something I wanted to talk about for a long time. I've been putting it off because I didn't want to seem like I'm a hater or something. But something happened during the week that just totally, I just have to tell you guys this. I have to tell you. First of all, the initials in this case stand for Can't Fight Stupid. That's correct. Wait, you didn't think that I was going to say, no guys, no. No, Can't Fight Stupid. That's what they stand for in this case. As you know, I sell on eBay motors and I sell hubcaps. My eBay ID is Hubcap Joe's. I'm a top rated seller. Been on eBay since '99. I think I have over 9,700 feedback transactions and 100% feedback. Because I sell on eBay motors, I get more returns than most of you guys. Way more returns. I would estimate easily 2 to 3 returns per week. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. Now, I can understand, sadly, because a lot of people don't know cars. They really, really don't. All right? And I accept that. And then when you get people that don't know cars and don't read the listing, those are two bad things coupled together. That spells possible problems. Now, let me show you. I'm going to do a little show and tell here because this story is just too good to pass up. I have to explain this to you. Most of the hubcaps I sell are like this. Well, not most, but a lot. When I sell this, which is either called a hubcap or a full wheel cover, I rarely ever have any problems. I get no returns, nothing. The only occasional problem, which I used to have quite a bit, was when people would buy it. I think they were getting 4 and not just 1. But again, I've resolved that problem for the most part by putting 1 all over the listing, in the title, in the description. So basically that has ended that problem. I do sell other things automotive related, and this here is technically called a center cap. A center cap is something that you put if you have alloy wheels. All right? Those expensive alloy wheels that a lot of cars have now. So there is a big demand for center caps, very big demand. But the problem is you have to have the exact center cap for your wheel. If it looks like it, that doesn't mean a thing. It has to be exact. All right? So when I list these things, I list exactly what the year and model and cars they go for. Now, for the most part, they're not a problem. Okay? I mean, occasionally you'll get somebody that buys the wrong one, but have you guys ever had one item that you've sold to somebody and had it come back? You relisted it, sold it, had it come back. Relisted, sold it, had it come back. I swear to God, guys, in my life, in my eBay life, I've had it happen twice. Once was with a key. I'm not going to get into that now, only because I don't have a key here to show you, but a key is an anti-theft device, and it's also used to change your wheels when you're stuck on the highway and you have a flat tire. You have to have a key if you have expensive wire wheels. So, of course, depending what year and model your car is, each key is different. They're very highly specialized. So I would list a key. Let's just say it was for an '89 Oldsmobile, color code brown with the letter BN stamped on the bolt. That's all it will fit. And I would get people buying the same key for everything but an '89 Oldsmobile. And some bought it for an '89 Oldsmobile, but they didn't have a brown lock and they had to return it. So after getting the key back 6 times, I withdrew the listing and never relisted it. This was about 6 years ago. Now, I have a new winner. This thing. This thing has been sold 10 times and returned 10 times. The problem is people don't read the listing. This fits one wheel only. A cast aluminum alloy wheel and nothing else. So I wrote in there, it fits. Cast aluminum alloy wheel, nothing else, and the years of the Lincoln that it fits. And of course, people would not read. What did they think they were getting? Can you see the size difference here, guys? All right, this is not a Lincoln cap, but it's very close to the size of a Lincoln cap that they want. What they really wanted was a cap for a wire wheel. That is not a cap for a wire wheel. So after the first person returned it, I wrote clearly in the description, note, this does not fit the wire wheel. All right? And yet I'd get return after return after return, and I was getting really pissed off because people weren't reading. And I'm selling this for $39.95 with free shipping. Theoretically, if it had been the right cap for the wire wheel, you know what they bring? I've seen them on eBay for $100. I don't even have them. All right? So, about 2 weeks ago, I get one of these guest accounts, 0 feedback, do a buy it now on this item. So, immediately, this is the 10th in a row, I know that I sense there's going to be a problem. This time, I used the brain. I contact the seller. I wrote, hi, thank you for buying my item. I noticed you've purchased a hubcap for a Lincoln aluminum alloy wheel. I want to be sure you purchased the right item. Do you understand that this item fits only the aluminum alloy wheel? It does not fit the wire spoke wheel. Hold on, we got a Periscope session. Let's see who it is. Okay. So anyway, I wrote to them, please confirm one way or the other. If you purchased the right cap, I'll send it to you. If you made a mistake, that's no problem. I can cancel the listing right now. I will not do anything until I hear from you. So the next day the person writes back and says, I know what wheel the cap fits. Go ahead and send it. Okay, great. I sent the cap. Do you know that that person called me up on the phone and said I bought the wrong cap? I'm not freaking kidding. And they even called before hours. They left a message. I didn't even get it. When I send people an item, in case they have a problem, I send them a little note. I've showed it to you in the past. And I distinctly have the business hours on there. And I say, please do not call before hours. And they consistently do. But my point is, guys, with this particular case, and I'm not trying to bore you, I'm just trying to accentuate. I went out of my way to even contact the buyer and say, did you read the listing? Do you know what wheel this fits? And they came back still and said, yes, I know. And after all that, it's another comeback. So that's my little story for the week as to why I get so many comebacks on eBay Motors. Not just that people don't read, people don't understand their own car. And it's scary. On the bright side, I will say this for eBay Motors. eBay Motors gets a lot more traffic, in my opinion, than eBay Core. I list items on eBay Motors, even the ones that don't sell. They get a ton of hits. Whereas I'll list something on eBay Core and it gets a lot less hits. So yes, there's some aggravation with selling on eBay Motors. But when the smoke clears, it's well worth it. My sales are very good. I'm making money. I have no complaints about that. Yes, there's going to be some headaches with returns. The other day somebody wrote in one of the Facebook groups this exact story. They put up a post and people responded to it. They said, I'm getting a bunch of returns and I have no problem taking the return, but I do not think that I should be out the shipping fee as well, the original shipping fee. And then people chimed in with what they thought. So I wrote in a pretty long post, and I'll say it here, and I've said it before, nobody likes returns. However, when a person returns something to me, I will give them the full money back. So let's say that Lincoln cap right there was $39.95 with free shipping. All right? I don't deduct the $5 shipping I paid and give them $34.95. I give them the full $39.95 back. Now, had I listed that cap for $39.95 plus $5 shipping, making it $44.95, what would I have done? I would have given him back the full $44.95. Why? It's easier, it's less of a hassle, plus there's always a chance the guy will come back and buy from you again. Of course, that's probably not going to be the case with this guy. Losing $5 on a particular sale is not going to make or break me. I'm not going to start a GoFundMe account looking for money. I'm not going to ask for donations. It's just the cost of doing business, guys. Okay? Now, I know there are some of you guys that are probably going to moan about that, and that is your privilege. You can say whatever you want. If you disagree with my way of doing things, go talk to me. If you agree, also talk to me. I move a lot of product, and you know, you're going to get your comebacks now and then. You just got to roll with it. You got to deal with it. So basically, I think that's all I'm going to talk about right now. I know I went way over time today, but the reason I went over time is I wanted to tell you that story. I've had this on my mind about this Lincoln cap for so long because it's come back so many times. But the only reason I'm bringing it up this week is because I went above and beyond what any seller would do by contacting them after they purchased it saying, did you read? Are you sure you have the aluminum wheel and not the wire wheel? Yes, I'm sure. Send it. And they still went and screwed up. But what can you do, guys? Just another day of selling online. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions and comments, you're more than welcome to comment below. If you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up. If you have any questions or want me to address something on next week's video, you can either leave a question below or you can contact me. The name's on the board right up there. Crazy New York Driver at AOL.com. I mentioned it last week, and quite a few of you guys wrote to me, and I am proud to say I answered every single one. There's not a single person that wrote to me that did not get answered, okay? So keep doing it. Hit me up at Crazy New York Driver at AOL.com. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I'll be happy to answer you. But keep in mind that since I put my videos out tonight, Friday night, I'm hardest to get on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, you may not hear from me, but you'll definitely hear something by the beginning of the week, if you don't hear from me, because I go out on the road and do videos over the weekend. So once again, thanks for being the greatest audience. Hope you guys did really well on eBay this week. And I hope you guys do great on eBay from now on. This is top rated seller, Hubcap Joe's Crazy New York Driver on YouTube saying goodbye.